Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin. All across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV. From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin. All across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV. From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin. All across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV.
A lovely afternoon and thanks for joining us on the News Afternoon. My name is Grace Nwafo. The Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Owolabi Olakunle, has passed away. Olakunle died at the age of 90. According to report, the monarch died in the early hours of today. He succeeded the late Oba Leko Balogun. The late Olubadan was officially presented with the staff of office by Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde on July 12, 2024, becoming the 43rd Olubadan of Ibadan land. Born on July 5, 1935, Oba Olakunle's death comes just 2 days after he marked his 90th birthday. The suspended senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, has stated that she will resume legislative duties in the Senate on Tuesday, following a court order directing her recall to the Red Chamber. The lawmaker disclosed this in a video shared on social media, which started trending on Sunday. Her comment followed Friday's judgment by a federal high court sitting in Abuja, which declared her 6-month suspension from the Senate as unconstitutional, excessive, and a violation of her constituent right to representation. Justice Binta Nyako, who presided over the matter, ruled that the suspension lacked constitutional backing and ordered the immediate reinstatement of Akpoti-Uduaghan. The court, however, also found the senator guilty of contempt for a Facebook post. The post the court held violated an interim injunction issued on March 4, 2025, barring parties from making public or social media comment on the ongoing suit, challenging her suspension. Justice Nyako imposed a 5 million naira fine on the senator for the post, which was deemed to have breached the court's order. Akpoti-Uduaghan was suspended by the Senate in March after a controversial plenary session that turned rowdy over disagreement about seating arrangement in the chamber. Days later, the controversy deepened when she accused Senate President Akpabio of sexual harassment during a live television interview. In her ruling, Justice Nyako emphasized that the extended suspension of the senator was not only procedurally flawed, but also deprived the people of Kogi Central of their constitutional rights to representation. The court also criticized the Senate disciplinary processes, urging the National Assembly to review its internal rules to conform with constitutional principles and ensure fair hearing. As part of efforts to build a formidable coalition ahead of the 2027 general elections, the African Democratic Congress (ADC) has commenced moves to woo high-profile politicians from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and the All Progressive Congress (APC). According to reports, the ADC has already taken over PDP structures in Yobe, Gombe, Adamawa, and some other northern states. This came as Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State yesterday dismissed media reports that he would lead 5 other governors from the APC to ADC. Confirming the takeover of PDP structures in Yobe, Gombe, and Adamawa State, Mr. Paul Ibe, media aide to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, said the PDP executive in the northern state had aligned with the coalition. And from Oyo State, the chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Ibadan North local government area of Oyo State, Shehu Adelore, has formally resigned his membership from the People's Democratic Party in the state. Adelore, a close associate of Governor Seyi Makinde, in his resignation letter, cited what he described as deep-seated injustice within the party, a lack of reward for loyalty, and a growing departure for democratic principles. He alleged that the party was increasingly being run like a private enterprise by select factions in the party. However, sources within the party revealed that his resignation was not unconnected with the alleged imposition of the Deputy Chief of Staff to Governor Makinde, Folajimi Oyekunle, as the consensus candidate for the PDP in the upcoming Ibadan North Federal Constituency by-election. The development came after other aspirants stepped down and pledged their full support to Oyekunle's candidacy. It was further gathered that a consensus arrangement was reached at a high-level meeting with Makinde and the aspirants vying for the party ticket. And from Kano State, the Nigerian Correctional Service Kano State Command says 58 inmates from its custodial facilities are currently sitting for the 2025 National Examination Council Senior School Certificate Examination. This was contained in a statement issued by the command's public relations officer, Musbahu Kofa Nasarawa in Kano. According to him, the feat was achieved following the payment of registration fees by the Kano State government under the leadership of Governor Abba Yusuf. The command expressed profound gratitude to the governor for his unwavering support and partnership, adding that it would boost the morale of inmates and provide them with a second chance at education and a brighter future. President Bola Tinubu has called for a comprehensive re-evaluation of global governance, financial structures and health system, as well as a fairer, more inclusive world order that truly reflects the interest of emerging and low-income economies, particularly in Africa. Speaking at the 17th BRICS Summit of the Global South in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, President Tinubu warned that global challenges like environmental degradation, climate change, and healthcare inequality continue to hinder sustainable development, especially across the African continent. The summit, hosted by Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, was Nigeria's first participation as an official BRICS partner country, following its admission into the bloc on January 17, 2025. Nigeria joins 8 other countries in the new partner framework created at the Kazan Summit in 2024. Specifically, Nigeria became the 9th partner country of BRICS in January 2025, joining Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Thailand, Uganda, and Uzbekistan. The 16th BRICS Summit in Kazan in October 2024 created the partner country category. This is still news at noon on 24 News Radio and Television. More updates from the foreign scene will come your way after this break. Stay with us. Glad to know that you're still there. If you're just joining us, this is the news at noon on 24 News Radio and Television. Over now to the foreign scene. President Donald Trump has threatened new tariffs on any nation supporting anti-American policies of the BRICS group of emerging economies, as he announced that tariff letters would be sent out to scores of countries ahead of a key deadline. Trump, on a Truth Social post, said the U.S. would impose an additional 10% tariff on any country aligning themselves with the anti-American policies of BRICS, with no exceptions. The BRICS group, an acronym of founding members Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has long stood as a body of countries united by a shared view that global power sharing should be redistributed to reflect country global economic realities for a multipolar as opposed to a West-led world order. The group has recently expanded to include Egypt, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates as members, and has 10 lower-level partner countries including Belarus, Nigeria, Thailand, and Vietnam. After 21 months of war, there are growing hopes of a new Gaza ceasefire announcement as Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu meets US President Donald Trump in Washington. Netanyahu is visiting the White House for the third time since Trump returned to power nearly 6 months ago. But the leaders will be meeting for the first time since the US joined Israeli attacks on Iranian nuclear site and then brokered the ceasefire between Israel and Iran. And from Israel, Israel says it has launched strikes on 3 ports and a power plant in Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz confirmed the attacks, adding that their targets included the commercial ship Galazel Leader hijacked by the rebel group in 2023. According to the Israeli military, after the Israeli attacks on Hudaydah, Ras Isa, and Saif port, 2 missiles were launched from Yemen to Israel. The Israeli Air Force said the latest strikes on Yemen's ports were in response to repeated attacks by the Houthis on Israel and its citizens, adding that the targeted ports were being used to transfer weapons from the Iranian regime to carry out terror plans against Israel and its allies. And from Turkey, 12 Turkish soldiers have died after being exposed to methane gas while searching a cave in Iraq. The Turkish Ministry of National Defense said at least 19 personnel were exposed to the gas during the search and clear operations on Sunday and immediately taken to hospital, but 12 soldiers could not survive it, while the remaining 7 are still receiving treatment. The troops were searching for the body of a soldier who was killed in gunfire in May 2022. The ministry said despite efforts, the remains have still not been recovered. And now from the world of sport. Nigeria Super Falcons kicked off their quest for a record-extending 10th WAFCON title with a commanding 3-0 victory over Tunisia at the Stade Labizoli in Casablanca. Goals from Asisat Oshoala, Rensola Babajide, and Chinwendu Ihezuo were enough to give the 9-time African champion the needed victory in their Group B opener and extended Nigeria's dominance over North African opposition at the Continental Showpiece. The Super Falcons came into the game on the back of a patchy record in recent WAFCON openers, having lost their first matches in both the 2018 and 2022 editions to South Africa. Meanwhile, South Africa will begin the defense of their Women's Africa Cup of Nations crown as they take on Ghana in their opening game in Group C in Oja. Bayana won the last tournament in Morocco and are among the favorites to succeed again. Bayana are unbeaten in their last 3 opening games at the WAFCON, including wins over Nigeria in the previous 2 editions, and will be hoping to keep up that sequence. The last time they met Ghana in a competitive fixture was the 2016 WAFCON when the West Africans came away with a 1-0 win in the bronze medal match. And from the FIFA world, the stage is now set for the semi-finals of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup following the conclusion of Saturday's dramatic quarter-final clashes. Real Madrid became the final team to book a spot in the last 4 after a thrilling 3-2 win over Borussia Dortmund. The Carlo Ancelotti side will now face PSG in a high-stakes semi-final showdown. PSG saw off Bayern Munich 2-0 earlier in the day, impressively holding on despite finishing with 9 men. In the other semi-final fixtures, Chelsea will take on Fluminense. The Blue edged Palmeiras 2-1 goal in their quarter-final, while Fluminense knocked out Saudi side Al Hilal to advance. The semi-final ties are scheduled for Tuesday and Wednesday, setting the stage for a thrilling climax to this year's expanded Club World Cup. And that's a wrap on the news at noon on 24 News Radio and Television. My name is Grace Nwanfo. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we're bringing news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV. From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we're bringing news and information that will make your day. We are